You want to crack it open, and then you want to push your pedal down. And you're like falling apart. Got the 150 in the shop. It's getting close to being able to ride it. The snow's still there, but it's not much left. I'll just give you a quick view outside. The yard's a little gross right now. But yeah, we got the bike in, gonna get it ready. Got some brake pads for it. Handlebar grips, I've already got one on there. But the throttle tube I probably broke it the first year I got the bike. I got it in high school. It's 07, I got brand new in high school, so it's had a broken throttle tube since then. It sticks. You can hold it and it'll stick wide open, cruise control in the way, but we're gonna fix that. Get the brakes on. I noticed it's got like no brake fluid. And I'll get it ready. Oh yeah, I got a new tire too. Gonna get a new back tire on there. Before I get a new tire in there, I figure I'm gonna have to use up the old one. I've always wanted to get one of these tires. It's a Dunlop. These are like a sand, damn near say 80% sand tire, something like that. It's a lot like a paddle, but not really a paddle. Got a couple slices in it, kind of thing. But I mean, I've always wanted one of these. I mainly ride sand, but to get to the sand, I do have to ride some roads, so I never really got one. But I don't care. I want to try it out. I like riding the bike in the pit. It's a fun little bike to ride in the pit. All right, so we got two 12mm bolts to pop the caliper off here. This is the front brakes. I'm probably gonna have to push the cylinder back since there's nothing left of those pads. Not sure if you can see that. Actually, they don't look too bad. There's the back ones where there's nothing there. It's been forever since I did this. So I guess those Allens have to come off there. Okay, so this is what I thought, but I wasn't sure. You take those two Allens out. There are 5. So you take those out, and they're just really pins that hold the brake pads, and they go through the holes in the top of your brake pads. So you just pull those out and the brake pads drop down. Yeah, they were definitely worn. So I got the new Wolftech brake pads here. The brake reservoir cap's just 2-star screws. They're likely in there really good. So before you strip the screws, just gonna put your screwdriver in there like that. You're gonna give it a couple hits in the top of the hammer, and then put some good pressure down on it when you turn it, and it should come off. Alright, so I let the penetrating oil set in the little screws here for a bit. Gave it a tap with the hammer again, it came off pretty good. Fluid definitely looks a little gross there. Alright, for the back, you want to start by getting this guard out of the way here. It's just 2 little 8mm bolts. Set that aside, and then next we're gonna have to take the slide off to pull the caliper right off. Both of these are gonna have to come off. Okay, so this Allen here is a 6mm. Just gonna take that off. Alright, so once you got that off, you don't want to take the back tire off. You might be able to reach in there and kind of unscrew this with a wrench while it's still on there, but it'd be a little tight. The back tire comes off pretty easy. It's a good idea to take this out and grease it every once in a while, make sure it still comes in and out good, kind of thing. Wow, it's windy outside. It's wild, eh, man? Alright, so yeah, that is what's left of the old brake pads. So we'll bring them over the bench and compare them to the new ones. So yeah, you can see basically just the metal left. So that'll be much better. We'll get those on there. Alright, so for the rear reservoir, there's just 2 7mm bolts, pretty small, and it's right down by your foot peg. And one thing with it, you want to be careful putting it back in, not to damage this rubber. It can be kind of easy to pinch it up in there, so just be careful watching you setting it down in. So usually on a car, to compress the cylinder here, I'd use a big C-clamp and a ratchet, but it's just a little guy. You might be able, if you done this more often, push it in with your thumb, but I'm just gonna use a big pair of channel locks. Let's see here. Yeah, that pushes that in pretty easy. Might be enough in there. No, I didn't really see exactly how the clip is in there. You can't really with the brake pads, I guess you might be able to tell, but I'm guessing it goes in like this. It's kind of how it wants to sit. Something like that. So I'm just gonna put the brake pads in now before I put the caliper on. It's a good idea to grease through everything but the pads and the disc when you're doing this. Using brake lubricant, it's all this is basically like it slides in a car. It all should be moving around freely. I don't know why I thought that was just gonna stay there, but and I'm gonna grease this Allen one too, because I'm pretty sure this is also like a slide. Well, yeah, it goes to the rubber boot. It was all dried up. I do not remember the last time I've done this. Yeah, this piece also holds that end of the brake pads. You want to carefully slide that in, make sure you're not tearing the rubber boot. Slide onto there. There we go. And the tire goes back in. This part where it might make you think of her, or maybe him, I guess, depending on you never know these days, eh? One thing I'll mention, I should have bought new bolts and maybe taken these out. It's all stripped in there. Oh, I had that apart. For now, I'm just using the nut bolt to adjust the chain. Which I should, I'm just gonna leave slack, adjust the weight on the bike. I'll top them both up and then I'll put the caps back on, test the brakes, make sure they all work good. Lower it down, tighten the chain. And I think I'm gonna smoke that tire off. Same as the back, you wanna make sure you're not squishing or pinching the rubber when you're putting that on there. So I think that's the front brake dialed in. Right. Amen. Right, eh? Right. Oh, that feels great. Alright, so that's the front. And we'll top off the back. Alright, so the main thing for bleeding your brakes is you want to crack it open, and then you want to push your pedal down, and then you want to keep your pedal down until you get that tightened up again. Otherwise, when you lift the pedal up, it's going to suck air back in. Brakes definitely starting to feel a bit better now. And Probably can't see, but as I when I do close the bleeder, I let the pedal back up. I'm kind of waiting and watching this. You'll see the fluid slowly go down, and I wait till it stops to start doing bleed again in between there. And then yeah, keep topping it up with fluid. Once you're done, you might have a bit of brake fluid all over, so spraying brake clean is not a bad idea. Quick way to rinse it all off. Yeah, the old grips, as you can see here, they're all sticky. They stick to your fingers real bad, and they're like falling apart. So yeah, we're gonna swap those out, get the new throttle tube on there. Yeah, look at that. There's my cruise control. Like that right there's cruise control. Pretty fancy. Ever see a 150 with cruise control? Okay, so for the throttle tube, it's pretty simple. To take this off, you just choose two 8mm bolts here and here, and then this comes apart, and then you just slide the new tube on. Depending on your handlebars, you might have to pop this cap off here like I do. I'm thinking if it was original handlebars, you might not have to, because there's something down inside the throttle tube that's going to go into here. So yeah, I just popped that out with a flat screwdriver, and that slides on there nicely. It spins real good too. Well, unfortunately that didn't fix my sticky throttle, so I'm gonna have to look at that, but that's on there. Definitely looks pretty cool. Let's see with the grip on there, but who knows, I might run into issues with this sticky throttle. It might end up doing burnouts to burn the tire off or something like that, I don't know.
Who the is that? Some sick shit. Oh my gosh. Sick shit.
Did I rip a good burnout?
Oh, I think so.
That was last year.
Didn't rip up any boards though. Oh, I gotta get some fresh air. Going out the deck. Holy.
The hell could have happened here? Fucking pizza toppings on the ceiling.
Put the door. Oh, yeah, it's open.
It was open. tire on the bike. It's definitely got a lot more tread than the other one. Pretty excited to see how it's gonna work. Still gotta get my adjusters there, unseize them or something, but ready to rip.
It's a freaking Panda.